So we have already seen about two grammars. One is the type 0 and type 1. But I'm going to repeat it once again, okay? Type 0 grammar is also called as unrestricted grammar, or otherwise it can also be called as phrase structured grammar, okay? So type 1 grammar is called as what? Context sensitive grammar. So the production for this type 0 grammar is going to be alpha to beta. From alpha, alpha will be replaced with beta, okay? So here in the alpha, you cannot have the epsilon, okay? And in the beta, you can have the epsilon, okay? And then here the length, both on the left hand side and right hand side, there is no restriction. If you want, you can have one symbol, or otherwise if you want to have two symbols also, you can have, or otherwise you can also have the three symbols. Can you check here? You have got only the length of this alpha is 2. Here the length of the beta is 1. That also we can do. Length is also not restricted. Okay. So because of that, this type 0 grammar is said to be powerful. Okay. So the language, from this grammar, the language can be generated. So when you are going to generate a language from this grammar, it is called as type 0 language, or otherwise it can also be called as recursively enumerable language. It is called as what? Type 0 language, or otherwise it can be called as recursively enumerable language. Okay. So whatever the language we have generated, that should be identified by some machine. Which machine can identify that one? That is, Turing machine can identify these languages. Okay. Here this is an example. So always S is my start symbol, and then they told you that epsilon can appear only on the right hand side of your equation. Okay, production rule. And they told you that the length is also no problem. Here also you can have as many elements as you want on both sides. You can do that one. Okay. So this is about the type 0 grammar. We'll move on to the type 1 grammar. Type 1 grammar is also said to be context sensitive grammar. What it is? Context sensitive grammar. Context. C-O-N-T-E-X-T. Context sensitive grammar. Okay. So here the production rule is also going to be alpha to beta. But here the length is being restricted. Means always the length of beta should be more than the length of the alpha. See here, this is my alpha. Okay. What is its length? It is 1, whereas here it is 3. Okay. Here how much is there? 2. Here 3. It is applicable only to this grammar. And you can have the same numbers also. Here also you can have 2, and there also you can have 2. Okay. So this grammar is said to be epsilon free. One more thing, you cannot have epsilon both on the left hand side and also on the right hand side. Here also you should not have, here also you should not have the epsilon. So that is why it is called as epsilon free grammar. Okay. So the language generated by this grammar is said to be type 1 language, or otherwise it can be called as context sensitive language. Context sensitive language. And which machine can recognize it? The machine. Linear bound automata is the machine that can be recognizing these languages. Okay. Now we'll move on to the next grammar, that is type 2 grammar. It can also be called as context free grammar. Context free grammar. Here you should always remember, okay, A tends to alpha. A tends to alpha. What I told, A means what? Capital A we have got. So capital A means whether it is a non-terminal or terminal, it is a, what it can be? Non-terminal. Okay. So A is going to be capital A letters. Whatever the capital letters are coming, those are said to be the non-terminal. The small letters are said to be what? Terminals. Okay. A tends to alpha. So here the alpha, you can have epsilon. On which side? This side, right hand side, you can have the epsilon. So the language generated by this grammar is said to be type 2 language, or otherwise it can also be called as context free language. Type 2 language, or otherwise it also can be called as context free language, and this language can be understood by which machine? Push down automata. This can be understood by whom? Push down automata. See, always on left hand side you should have only what? The non-terminals. You should have what? Only the non-terminals. Only one non-terminal should be there. That also you should remember. We have written capital A. That means only one non-terminal should be there before your arrow mark. After that you can have any number. Okay. So now this is fine. Now we are going to move on to the last one, that is said to be type 3 grammar. This type 3 grammar is also called as a regular grammar, or otherwise it can also be called as a linear grammar. Regular grammar, or otherwise it can also be called as what? Linear grammar. So this grammar consists of two important components. One is said to be right linear and another one is said to be the left linear. That's nothing but, here I told you A tends to alpha, right? So here also, before the arrow mark, you should have only what? The non-terminal should be there. Okay? Only one non-terminal should be there. A tends to WB. Okay, so here this non-terminal is B, right? So this non-terminals only we will be able to replace with the terminals, whereas the terminals cannot be replaced with non-terminals. Okay, so that is why this B is there. No, this is non-terminal. Where it is present? At the right end, rightmost end, right? So that is why it is said to be the right linear. Okay, left linear, it's nothing but immediately after the arrow mark you can find the alphabets, capital letters. So when you are going to find it before immediately after this arrow mark, so this non-terminal, okay, is present immediately after the arrow mark. So that is why it is called as what? Left linear. Okay, so here this A and B, it's nothing but it is our non-terminal. Non-terminal, which symbol we will be denoting? B. If it is a terminal, we will be denoting with small capital T. Okay, so the language generated by this grammar is called as type 3 language. Okay, the language generated by this grammar is called as what? Type 3 language. And which machine can recognize it? Our finite automata. Both our deterministic finite automata or non-deterministic finite automata, all those things, whichever it's recognizing, that is said to be what? Our type 3 grammar only it is able to understand. Okay, girls, is it clear? Okay.